Thank you, Venus, for waking me up. I appreciate that. And Venus for flying the plane, keeping us on the air and in the air. You on the show today around noon? We're going to go play that game again? About noon?
Charades.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Listen to sports show.
Hey, Bo.
I listened to that the other day. I enjoyed that. That was awesome.
Cool.
Bo, if you go to the Bo Carver Show on Facebook, you will see, proves Bo likes him young. His youngest listener is actually Macy. Is that what's her name?
Yeah.
And she's listening to the Bo Carver Show. And there's a video of her on our Bo Carver Show Facebook. It's special. She's listening to the Bo Carver Show. Thank you, Shay. We love you.
So all of our listeners out there are thousands of listeners out there. Go have a baby so that we can double our listening crowd the next 9 months.
Why don't we start with you?
Yeah, well, no, I'm not.
Lisa, we're done with that.
I've got one, and I'm over that. Before we get back to our guest, Hank Hostetler, I found out some information about Saratoga Lights.
Oh, finally.
And,
oh, my goodness.
And I knew this for a long time ago, but it left me since I've been in Dallas a long time. But it is in Southeast Texas, and it's a place you go down a road. And Jim Rush sent this to me and reminded me of this. You go down a road called Bragg Road. And if you look way in the distance, you see lights moving. And it's supposed to be the lights, and here we go, Barbara Ann, of a,
he rolls his eyes
of
as he says that.
a train or engineer.
That's a conductor waving the
waving the light, looking for his way out or in. Either way,
Checking
you want to
the
look
box
at.
cars, make sure there's nobody in the trains.
I don't know.
Those people are called hobos.
I was going to be nice about it. I was going to be nice this morning.
I know, right, Jeff?
So there's your
That
lesson
was
on
funny.
Saratoga Lights we've had for a couple
But
weeks.
that just popped up out of nowhere.
What? Saratoga
Everything
Lights?
pops up out of nowhere
I
from
know,
Bo.
like, really?
This is the
Well,
Bo
we've been
Carver
talking
Show.
about since we've had Ron.
That's been like
Todd,
3 weeks
Taylor
ago.
on.
No, but we talked about it again after
You
that.
weren't
No,
here.
when
Lisa
you weren't
wasn't
here.
there. She was absent
The
that day.
absentee version. Of
Silly
that.
me.
So it's one of our standing jokes in the room.
So let's get back to barn building. I want to hear
Yeah,
some
we're
more
back.
about barn
We're
building.
coming back to our
Thank you.
guest.
Thank you.
Please
Yeah.
make welcome my dear friend and neighbor and raised Amish, Hank Hostetler.
Can we explain the beachy?
No, we're going to first of all talk about Hostetler.
Uh-oh.
That's German. And that's a perfect name for an Amish, right?
That's right.
So the Amish speaks a language called Pennsylvania Dutch, right?
That's correct.
And what is that?
It's Pennsylvania Dutch.
He just spoke it a minute ago.
It's actually a slang of German.
See? Y'all can kiss this.
Oh, please, Bo, put your
I'm
hands
so
back up.
glad this is a radio show and not a TV show.
My first year of school, I hadn't been taught any English.
How about that?
So, going to an English school, it was pretty tough. And thank goodness the teacher also spoke Pennsylvania Dutch, so she could translate.
Wow.
And it seems like if it
Was
wouldn't
she
have been
Amish?
for that, I wouldn't have made it through school.
Was she Amish?
No.
She just happened to know that language because of the area that you were in and knew that she was going to have those students.
Yes.
You know what we call that in Texas?
Spanish.
No, Tex-Mex.
Oh.
Right.
I thought that's what I ordered when I ordered a hamburger at a Mexican
the
restaurant.
first 2 years of school, actually, because there was nothing else spoke in our house except for Pennsylvania Dutch.
So what town were you raised in?
In northern Indiana was Goshen.
And that's a big Amish community there.
Yeah, Elkhart County was a big Amish community.
Right.
Yes.
Is it still?
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah.
Where I went and saw and had the experience with the Amish when I lived in Bergen County, New Jersey for about 5 years was in Pennsylvania. And believe it or not, there's the Amish community there. They have towns like Intercourse, Bird in the Hand.
Is that where Kiesler is?
I lost Judge Bump there. But that's true. Y'all look it up. It's in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
I know, Jeff.
And it's right in the Amish territory.
Lisa, we need to go to the green room.
I know, right? Exactly.
I've been there already this
We're
morning.
going to make it a room today.
But it's true. And that's a big Amish territory in Pennsylvania, and it's a big Amish territory in Indiana, northern Indiana.
Yes.
So how did you, what your parents do, how did you end up getting out of the Amish? So first of all, where'd you go after you were raised in that area? I mean, give me a little background. What happened to your family and getting in it? Your mom is still part of that.
Yes, Mom is still what they call beachy, which is just a step up.
That's what I call
They called
Bobby
they called it Amish Mennonite.
Right.
But
it's an organization, right?
That's
Which
correct.
is kind
That's
of in
just
between
another
Mennonite and
sect
Amish.
of church,
Right.
I guess. Like I guess it'd be the best way to explain it'd be just like Baptist have the Southern Baptist, Free Will Baptist, and
Independent
all
Baptist.
that.
Right.
So the Amish and the Mennonites are the same way. Like today, there's what they call older Amish, which is, they hold to the original
Thinking of the Amish. Real
ordinances
plain.
and that. Well, the new order Amish now they have rubber wheel tires on their tractors to.
Oh my God!
They're
They've
allowed.
gotten
They're
fancy.
allowed to farm.
going straight to hell.
Instead of using horses like the old order Amish did. That's the way all the farming was done.
Wow.
Was with horses.
Right.
And the new order Amish, they're allowed electric in their barns so they can milk their cows and that kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
In other words, they're more productive. I tell you, I wouldn't want to tangle with an old Amish.
No.
Because if they do it by manual labor,
They're strong.
I guarantee they're strong.
Is there really
Yes.
the Amish mafia?
That's on
That's
TV.
television.
I know,
honey.
but I'm asking. You got the Irish mafia, the Italian
I
mafia.
keep telling
have
you,
the
watch
Amish?
way too much television.
Hey, I learned a lot. I've learned a lot about the Amish on television
Yeah,
too.
but
and
the
Frank
Amish
Hey,
Mafia isn't one of them.
No, they.
I don't think
so.
Lifetime movies count, Barbara.
Well, I watched Return to Amish.
Oh, come
where
on.
the
Too much television, I tell you. I'm fixing to cut
learned a lot
I'm
about
That's
fixing to-
Hollywood, baby. Hollywood.
Hey, I'm fixing to cut the cable.
I'm fixing to cut the cord. What are you talking about? Forget the cable.
So, Hank, now, when did you leave the Amish? Tell us about that.
Actually, we moved up to what I say Mennonite,
Right.
and that was
Moved
probably
up or down? Depends on what side of the fence you're looking
well,
at. Right?
going from Amish to say Beachy, then we kind of graduated to the Mennonites, which was a lot
Freer.
right.
Still plain,
Freer,
but
yeah.
freer.
And then I guess it was in the 80s when I moved to Texas. Is kind of when we were still Mennonite. There's still was a Mennonite group of people in Paris, Texas.
Wow.
And
Did y'all know that? That's pretty interesting, huh?
there's some now that are actually at Lake Tawakoni.
Ah.
Yeah, down
There's
toward
a-
Grandview.
See, I
They're
didn't know that.
amazing
I lived
people.
in
I've met some of
Quinlan.
them, and you want to talk about
Yes.
some friendly, outgoing, caring, loving, and giving
Oh, yeah.
back to the
Absolutely.
community.
They
You
have
cannot
their own
ask for a
school.
better group of people.
And there's a lot of what we say outside people from the Mennonites
Right.
that want to send their children to their schools because of the teaching. You know,
They
Is
get
there
an education.
any Amish in Texas that you know of?
yes,
You just
there-
said by West Tawakoni.
No, but they said Mennonite.
There was
Oh.
there was some Amish when we lived in Sulphur Springs for about 12 years. There was Amish at Como and Picton. They had just getting started,
I got you.
and I mean it was amazing. To all of a sudden you'd be going down the road and here's a horse and buggy. I mean it like
Starting to
blew
move
my
in.
mind. I
Right.
mean start with whoa.
Now, when they move like that, do they move with a group? Like they don't
Most
just
of the time.
like one or two people. They come with a small group to get
Right.
settled in and grow
Usually
from.
it starts out as a family,
Right.
You know, and that's the way it gets started from
Right.
there on.
But a
you
big
know.
family, not just a husband and wife, but
Right.
the kids and
All
uncles,
the kids,
aunts, and that kind of stuff.
aunts and uncles.
Well, I have a quick question. You know how you have the Amish women and the Pentecostal women? They dress alike, correct? They have
They're
the same
pretty close.
standards
Called
in that.
modesty.
How do you tell the difference in that from the
Well, a
Pentecostal
lot of
women
it
and Amish women?
is the prayer veiling that they wear.
The what?
The prayer veiling covering.
1 minute.
They and that's how you can tell the difference. A lot of times, if you go into an Amish community, you can tell the difference between, say, Amish and Mennonite, and
Right.
then it goes on up conservative. It's by the size of their prayer veiling that they wear.
I got a question before we take a break. If I wanted to become Amish, could I?
Yes.
And I know they don't. I know, Judge Lisa, you're going to say they don't want you, Mo. Nobody wants you. Not even this radio show.
No, that's a lot of baptism going to have to happen.
Yeah, it would take some doing, but yeah.
Thank you, Hank.
A lot of that holy water.
You used to be my loving neighbor.
Come on, it'd take a lot for me to go back to Amish.
Well, I know about that about
Because
you.
he's on the radio
You
now.
are listening to the Bo Carver Show and the Wheels of Justice right here on 620 AM KEXB. Don't go away. We got a hot topic coming up, and you don't want to miss that. So stay tuned.